Shalom. First off, we all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yashai Bashem Karkadash. Give honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are in truth and sincerity, the women, the children, the confusion, the faith who follow. So, as you can see, this lesson is going to be about wisdom and discipline. All right, how they mirror each other and how you basically you need one to get the other. All right, so with that being said, Lord's will, this is an edifying video. We're going to start at Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and verse 16. It says, "For she, speaking of wisdom, goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, showeth herself favorably unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought." So in every action, every enterprise, every um, thought that you have, you should be using wisdom. So let's go into this word wisdom. All right, so it says from Old English, knowledge, learning, experience. Jumping down, it says prudent, self-control. All right, so you're going to use your knowledge, using everything that you learned, all your learning experiences, to be prudent, to have foresight, to understand and know what's coming down the line, all right, and to be self-controlled within that. So when they break down the word wisdom, wise and dumb, all right, it says uh, learned, sagacious, cunning, sane, prudent, discreet, experience, having power of discerning and judging rightly. All right, so you're being prudent. You're understanding what's happening, down the line, and you have the power to discern rightly and judge accordingly. And that dumb just means statute of judgment. So you're basically you're using your past experiences to understand what's going to happen in the future and making the right choices, the right judgments in those situations. All right, so that is wisdom. All right, it says, "For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her." All right, wisdom is going to try you. Wisdom is going to find out whether you are worthy of her or not. Okay, it says, "And she showeth herself favorably unto them in the ways," and all the different situations that you get into. Wisdom is going to be needful. It's going to be used. It says, "It meeteth them in every thought." So, like I said, in every action or every situation that you get in, you have to have that prudence, that foresight to understand what is happening, what are the possibilities, and making the right judgment call in that situation. It says, verse 17, "For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline and the care of," well, let's not skip over that. The very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline. So you have to have self-control. We just read in the definition of wisdom that part of having that wisdom is being self-controlled. All right. Not um, pulled or pushed or swayed by anybody else's word, you know, staying within this truth first and foremost, but not caring what other people think, you know, what may or may not happen. You know, you are, matter of fact, let's get this scripture real quick. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27. It says, "But I keep under my body and bring it unto subjection." That subjection is under the rule. All right. You are under the rule of yourself. All right. You understand what your downfalls are, what your lusts, what your pitfalls are, what you can go off on. All right. And you need to keep your body under the rule. All right. You have to govern yourself. When that little angel pops up or that little devil pops up, lust, lasciviousness, things of that nature, you can, dust him off because as it says, verse, let's just back this up. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and 24, it says, "Know ye not that they which run a race run all, but one receiveth a prize?" All right, so run that ye may obtain. We have to run that we may obtain that prize of what? Of the kingdom. All right, it says, but every man that's striving for the mastery is tempered in all things. All right, you are in control of all things. You're not letting outside forces control you, whether it be spirits, whether it be friends, whether it be women, whatever, alcohol. All right, you're not letting these different vices get to you and be an influence on what you should be doing in your daily life. It says, now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. And we're going to get into that because that's the whole point. We are doing it to obtain an incorruptible crown, to become kings, to become uh one joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. It says, therefore, so I run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, that least by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should become a castaway. So I got to stay disciplined because I'm pushing His word, all right, and I'm pushing His word to them. But hey, fuck, I could get kicked out, or I could be cut off from Yahweh Bashem Yashai if I'm not disciplined. All right, so that's deep. All right, so it says the very true beginning of her is a desire of discipline. So you have to want, you have to desire. Your soul has to be in this. All right, to not go off. All right, it says in the care of discipline is love, which it says, and love is keeping of her laws, and giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And we know 2 John chapter 1, verse 6, and this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. All right. So love and the commandments go hand in hand. So if you are capable of loving yourself, you're going to keep the commandments. If you're capable of loving anyone else, you're going to stay within those parameters of the scriptures, all right, and the commandments. All right, it says, and love is keeping of her laws, and giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. So if we want these incorruptible bodies, if we want this corruption to put on this corruptible to put on incorruptible, or this corruption to put on incorruption, we have to keep her laws. Wisdom, we have to keep discipline. It's an order of operations. All right, you get wisdom. In order to get wisdom, you have to be disciplined. In order to get discipline, you have to uh, keep the laws. Okay, so it's so once you are keeping the laws, now wisdom is working with you and you're disciplined. Then what? It says, and incorruption makes us near to the Most High. Now you're closer to the Most High. Read on. It says, therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, which is the ultimate goal. That's what we just read in 1 Corinthians, right? We want this corruption to put on incorruption. We want to obtain a incorruptible crown. We want to get the kingdom. So in order to get the kingdom, we have to be near the Most High, which is that incorruption, which when we keep the laws and giving heed to the laws is doing what? Staying disciplined and using wisdom. It's circular. All right. And it's an easy concept. Okay. I'm not saying that it's easy to execute because we are in these bodies, but we have to just know and understand that it all starts with discipline and using prudence, all right, using right judgment, starting with yourself and accepting judgment from in order, from the head on down, from Yahweh Shai on down, from Apostle Tahar on down, from your camp head on down, okay? And making sure that you just are open to correction, open to yourself, and knowing what you do or what you can do to possibly go off, or what your your vices are, and tighten them up. That's discipline. All right, so With that being said, we have all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Karkadash, the Barnes Apostles, and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are in the truth, and sincerity, the women, the children, the confusion, the faith who follow. Shalom.